Okay, so today we have this question. A Limited forfeited 100 shares of rupees 10 each, on which 7 per share was called up. So first of all, we have to understand the share was not even fully called up. Okay, the shareholder failed to pay the first call of rupees 3 per share. All these shares were subsequently reissued at rupees 6 per share as rupees 7 paid up. Calculate the amount to be transferred to the capital reserve account. Also pass the journal entries. Okay, so first let us find out how much has been totally called, how much has been paid up, and how much is in calls in arrears. Therefore, the face value of the share is rupees 10, but this 10 is not fully called up. It has been called up only to the extent of 7 rupees. Okay. Out of this 7, the shareholder missed to pay 3 rupees. Therefore, the paid up value will be 4 rupees. Okay. So this is an understanding before we get on to the journal entry. Now, let me get into the journal entries. First journal entry will be the forfeiture entry. Forfeiture entry, we will always debit share capital first. Share capital account debit. Okay. First, let me complete the journal entry and then I will tell you how to fill the amounts. Share capital account debit. And then there is also calls in arrears in this question. We have to credit that first. And we have to see if there is securities premium in the question or not. If there is securities premium in the question, you have to wait a bit. You have to analyze whether that securities premium also is not being paid by the shareholder. So you have to analyze that first. If it was not paid by the shareholder, then that also should be reversed. But luckily this question does not have securities premium, so we don't have to worry about that. We can directly proceed to the next line of the journal entry, which is the credit line, which will be 2 calls in arrears. I'm reversing the calls in arrears that was originally debited by the company. This is the second journal entry. And the third line will be 2 shares forfeiture account. Okay, now let me tell you how to fill the numbers. Here you will have number of shares forfeited multiplied by the total called up shares only. So there will not be a situation where you directly debit the entire face value of the shares. So this situation, 100 shares into 7 rupees each, so 700 rupees. That is what we are going to debit. So here 100 into 7. Okay, next calls in arrears. How much was calls in arrears? 3 rupees was not paid up. So this is calls in arrears per share. Therefore, for 100 shares, this will be 300. Hundred into 3. This is calls in arrears. So here regarding share forfeiture, you always write the balancing figure. This is 300. You always write the balancing figure because you don't have to compute in share forfeiture. That's how I teach my students. You don't need to compute share forfeiture account. If you write the share capital entry correctly and calls in arrears ledger correctly, automatically the third value has to be the share forfeiture account. Always arrive it as a balancing figure. Don't try to compute this number. If you have premium in the question, this entry becomes much more complicated. So don't try to arrive at this. You might make a mistake and the journal entry itself will not tally. So let this number be balancing figure. So this is first journal entry. Second journal entry is reissue. So let me go to the question. These shares were subsequently reissued at 6 rupees per share as 7 rupees paid up. So every time we write reissue entry, we have to come up with 2 data. One is what is the reissue price and what is the reissue status. So reissue price is the rate at which the shares are actually being issued to the next shareholder. Therefore, how much money the company is collecting from the next shareholder, that is reissue price. So in this case, the answer is 6 rupees in this question, okay, per share. And reissue status is how much status the company is giving to the share. Is it 7 paid up, or is it 8 paid up, or is it fully paid up? So in this case, the company is saying you are going to give us only 6 rupees and we are going to give the share that is 7 paid up as status. So next time we call the other 3 rupees from the other shareholders, you have to remit the other 3 rupees because the share right now you are getting is only 7 paid up. It is not fully paid up. So next time when the company makes the second and final call, this reissued shareholder, the second shareholder, will have to pay the extra money. Now, reissue price is 6, reissue status is 7. So let me write the journal entry. Bank account debit, share forfeiture account debit, because we are giving in discount. So I am debiting share forfeiture account as well to share capital account. Bank account debit, share forfeiture account debit to share capital account. Here, bank account, how much should I debit? 6 rupees per share into 100. Therefore, company will get 600 rupees from the shareholder. So this is 100 into 6. Next, share forfeiture account, how much discount I am giving? I am giving 1 rupee discount per share. Therefore, 1 rupee into 100 shares, 100 rupees the company is losing. Therefore, I take it out of share forfeiture account. And then share capital is always number of shares reissued into reissue status. Here reissue status is 7 per share. Therefore, here it will be 700 rupees. 100 into 6, 100 into 1, 100 into 7. That concludes our second entry of reissue. Now the last entry is we have to find out how much money is left in share forfeiture account and transfer the entire money left into capital reserve account because the shares have been fully reissued. This is a fully reissued question because the company forfeited 100 shares and then the company reissued the entire 100 shares into the second shareholders. So if it is a case of partial reissue, let's say they forfeited 100 and they reissued only 70 or any number less than 100, then we have to do an extra bit of working note to arrive at the last entry. But here we don't have to do that because it is a fully reissued case. I will tell you the shortcut on how to do this fully reissued situation, the last entry. So just simply write share forfeiture account debit and transfer whatever the money into capital reserve. So this is the journal entry, share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve. Now how to find out the amount? First figure out how much originally came to share forfeiture. Money came to share forfeiture was 400. How much the company lost because of giving discount? 100 rupees the company lost because of giving discount. Now how much the company now owns fully? 300 rupees the company owns fully. That money the company can transfer to capital reserve. Therefore 300 rupees. 300 rupees. So money totally received by the company in the form of share forfeiture is 400. Money given as discount is 100. So balance 300, the company transferred it permanently to its capital reserve. So it's like a full-time gain. It's a permanent gain for the company. I hope you understood the solution for this. You can check. This is the working note. This is the main journal entry. Let me know if you still have any doubts regarding this question. Forfeiture entry, reissue entry, and then transfer entry. Last 3 journal entries.